All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cracking the Code presented by OnFlit. This is the 18th episode, my friends. So, Cracking the Code Live is a weekly series where we connect you with masters of unconventional careers, people who not only made offbeat choices, but pursued their passion and now have become a prominent names in their respective industries and the champions of their domains. So in Cracking the Code Live, CTC Live, we connect you with YouTubers, stand-up comics, digital content creators, solopreneurs, artists, actors, anchors, chefs, stylists, and many more people like that, where they come, share their stories of how they achieved it all and how can you do it too. As I've said already, today it's our 18th episode with Ekta Shah. Before I introduce Ekta to the stream and kind of deep dive into the conversation with her, I would request all of those who are watching that you go ahead, like the video first of all, and also if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe the channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly introduce Ekta for all of you guys. So, Ekta is a celebrity stylist and a wardrobe consultant. Over a career spanning across half a decade, she has styled Kareena Kapoor Khan, Malaika Arora, Disha Patni, Shraddha Kapoor, Anana Pandey, and many more such Bollywood divas. So I'm sure this conversation today will be a treat for all of you guys who are who follow Bollywood, who are coming here to understand how the fashion industry works and how the styling business works. So Ekta is also a BCom graduate who later on went on to pursuing her styling career as a full-time profession. And this goal goes by the mantra: fashion fades, but style is eternal. So for all of you out there, here I bring on the stream Ekta Shah. Hi Ekta, good evening and welcome to Cracking the Code.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure for us to invite you, and I'm sure it'll be a very versatile, very different conversation. Even the audience will enjoy today's conversation because I think the kind of work you're doing is like very different than what we see in the regular life or in general. So I'm sure I'm super excited for the conversation, and I'm sure it'll be very nice for the audience as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. Even with you, I think you're doing such a great job and really helping so many of them to kind of know so many insights of so many different fields now. So I'm
Right.
really looking forward. And this is a great chance for me also to kind of interact with so many people out there. So I'm really looking forward.
Fantastic. So where are you based right now, by the way?
So I'm based in Bombay. I've been
Okay.
born and brought up in Bombay. So yeah,
Okay. So you are a full-time Mumbaikar, basically.
full time
Full
from heart.
Mumbaikar. From heart, all the okay. So I'm sure we will deep dive into that aspect also from the career point of view, that how is it to be in Bombay, and understand Bollywood from that close, and now the kind of business you're doing, it's so close to celebrities and stuff like that. But for the audience, let's first help me decode the term wardrobe consultant, because it's a very new term. When we were looking at a profile, when researching for you, even I came across this term for the first time. We have heard about stylists, but what's a wardrobe consultant? So for the audience's sake, help us deconstruct this term. What do you mean by wardrobe consultant?
Sure, I would love to. So I think wardrobe consultant is also a fashion consultant, someone who really helps their clients and to really develop and enhance their image, professionally and personally. So someone who really helps, it could be a client, it could be a celebrity, anyone, someone who really knows their style and who really understands their, body language, their, what is suitable for them, their body type, and then kind of really curates a style for them. So that's a wardrobe consultant or let's slash fashion stylist for that matter. Yeah.
Okay. So that would definitely require a lot of learning and lot of understanding of people also, right? I'm sure if you are doing all these things, you would be interacting and knowing people also at a deeper level before you start consulting and guiding them as in what they should be wearing, and how you should be styling them. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's very important to know your client,
Mm-hmm.
well, to kind of
Mm-hmm.
meet them and understand them, because in the end of the day, it's not just a style that you're curating, but, you also
Right.
keep their personal style in mind when you're doing something like that with them. So
Hmm.
I think meeting and interacting with the client is, I think, very important, yeah.
So what's the routine day of a celebrity style consultant is like? What's your routine day? Is it like as glamorous as we see, or is it you also go through the rough patches of work on a daily basis, and you'd also have Monday blues? What's a routine day like? Yeah, can you hear me? I think there's some glitch in the audio, but yeah. Ekta, are you there? Can you hear me? I'm sure there's I think there's some lag in the internet. All right, guys, we'll wait for a couple of seconds for Ekta to join back. I think there's some issue at the internet on her side. Uh, we will give her a few seconds to kind of join back, or maybe uh, kind of reconnect. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So before Ekta joins back, I think as I said, there's some issue at her end. So before she joins us again, all those who are watching us for the first time, I would once again request you that you like the video and subscribe the channel. What we're trying to do here is we're in conversation with Ekta live. So all those who have joined later on, Ekta is a celebrity style consultant, and she is a wardrobe consultant as well. And we're trying to decode the world of fashion from the stylist point of view. All of those who are watching, and if you have any questions around styling, around anything related to fashion and things like that, uh, please drop your questions in chat for us, and I'll be picking up your questions as and when possible. And yeah, we will be having this conversation for another 30, 35, 40 minutes, and we'll try and deconstruct the world of fashion for all of you. All right, so that's the broad agenda for the conversation today, and I think she's back. Let me add her back, and we can then jump back into the conversation. If you need to turn your phone, I think
Yeah,
because there's some, yeah. All right, yeah. Let's
yeah.
continue this way. All right, let's
I'm so
continue this
sorry
way.
about
Yeah, yeah.
that.
No problem. That's okay. Yeah. So my question was that as a celebrity style consultant, or as somebody who's working with celebs so closely, what's your routine day like? Do you also have Monday blues? Do you also have to go through rough patches, or it's like a full on glam day? How's the routine day like for you?
Oh my God, I don't think it has any of these glam days. I think the how much of a glamorous this profession looks, it's got a lot of struggles to it and a lot of hard work to it that goes behind every look that we create, every public
Hmm.
appearances a celebrity makes outside, even if it's an airport look. A lot goes behind. A lot of struggle, a lot of hard work. I think probably what they see, they're like, oh my God, these guys look so glamorous. But literally, these are the stylists who are actually working on these looks, day and night. So I
Hmm.
definitely have Monday blues for sure, but a lot more than Monday blues also. रात तक यही चल रहा होता है, so it's a lot.
Hmm.
ये ग्लैमरस दिखता बहुत है, but है नहीं इतना.
So I have a dedicated section where I want to talk to you about the airport look, but we'll jump onto that little later on. First, I want to decode about the life journey and things like that. So you are a BCom student. You were a BCom student, and then you moved on to fashion, and now you're into consulting and styling full time. What was the journey like, and when did you realize that you are really good at this and you want to pursue this as a career? So what was that transition like? Take us through the journey, please.
Sure. So I was a BCom student, I was a commerce student, and I actually thought that I would get into accounts and I would try and probably do a CA or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And when I finished this and I couldn't connect to it anymore. I finished my course and I was like, I don't know if I want to do something like this for a long term, or this is something that I kind of connect to and I would want to go to work every day, being an accountant or something like that. And that's when I think that time it was really new, to be honest. मतलब किसी को पता भी नहीं था कि fashion stylist होता है.
Hmm.
Till then it was already like, okay, there's only a fashion designer. People took
Hmm.
time
Hmm.
to understand and relate to what is this fashion styling all about. Fashion designer तो सुना है, fashion stylist इतना नहीं सुना है. So it was very new, but it really helped, especially celebrities, because they kind of needed it the most. They have to be all the
Right.
time out and about. They have to be noticed, and every look that they do, today is like out there. And we're so responsible, to kind of make that image, outside. And they really have to be stylish all the time. I think that's something that
Hmm.
इतना थोड़ा pressure भी हो जाता है उनके ऊपर, क्योंकि उनको all the time
Hmm.
अच्छा दिखना होता है.
Right.
So that was something new, but it kind of really changed the whole scenario. I think today every
Hmm.
person wants to be a fashion stylist, you know, and it's everyone knows about it also so widely that okay, fashion styling is a career now, a whole big career
Hmm.
that they can actually take up.
So I want to understand from you when you say everybody wants to be a fashion stylist, how competitive is this space? Especially from the and maybe you can take a deep dive from the point of view that you are from Mumbai, you have easy access to the market in terms of being in Mumbai, wherein somebody who's from outside Mumbai who has to travel and be in Mumbai and kind of create his own space, and then the parallel nepotism and all that debate already going on in the country. So how competitive is the space, and what's is it like from the career point of view? So give me a perspective from the industry point of view, from the career point of view, and especially from the competition point of view.
I think it would be very lucky. I would call myself lucky that I stay in Bombay, but that is about
Hmm.
it. It
Okay.
doesn't mean anything else. That okay, fine. If you're obviously staying in Bombay, you're closer to them. You're closer to getting onto shoots. You're closer to meeting the celebrities and doing trials. And a lot of designers are also Bombay based, so it's very accessible if you live in Bombay. But even if you don't, and if you're an outsider who wants to come, one change that of course you'll have to make is that you have to live in Bombay, because
Hmm.
the celebrities and the work that happens and the movies are made in Bombay, most of them, everything is right here. A lot of television series happen here, so of course
Hmm.
you have to live kind of in Bombay. But other than that, you are out here on your own. Of course you have to kind of really work hard. So there is no like escape to hard work. It's not like if I am someone's daughter or someone's dad, it is going to help me. Not at all. You are on your own, and your work decides where you'll actually be and who's going to actually take you. So if you are good and your work is good, you will definitely get a chance. You will definitely be able to kind of showcase your work and stuff like that. But other than that, it's nothing that okay, you're in Bombay, that there is an advantage to it. That yeah, you'll be able to kind of be on so many places. You're accessible to so many stylists also. Like in the starting, of course, आपको internship करनी है, आपको किसी के साथ काम
Hmm.
करना है to get an experience. So yeah,
Right.
like most of them are in Bombay,
Hmm. Hmm.
with that. So yeah, with,
So what's the first step? Because as I was we were talking backstage, I was telling you that most of my audience is either young students or young aspiring professionals who want to get into an unconventional business. And for them, because you're already a part of the industry, help us decode that what is the first step. If maybe some engineering students is listening to this, or if some even a fashion kid is listening to this and they want to kind of get into this business or this trade, what are the skill sets they need, and what are the couple of advice from your side they want to kind of look at, so that it becomes easier for them to venture into this business.
so someone who's even into a fashion business, or even for someone who is out not into the fashion business, I think these are something that will really help them, to be a fashion stylist or a celebrity stylist or any other kind of
Hmm.
styling also that they want to kind of do. That definitely, research is really important. To know everything about trends and who are the designers and what are they showcasing and what is going on. I think like commercial awareness is something that is very important, for everyone. And definitely the second thing would be, like really meeting the deadlines, because ये ऐसा profession है कि कोई 9 to 6 job नहीं है. So there is nothing
Right.
like that कि हाँ ये मैं सिर्फ इतना ही time काम करूँगी. So you have to be really flexible. So flexibility
Hmm.
again is something that is really important in this kind of job. So you should be
Hmm.
flexible at your work, and again someone who's really proactive. Because sometimes these events are so last minute. एक या दो दिन
Hmm.
पहले ही पता चलता है, या कभी कभी तो like just in the morning. So you should be very proactive and very assertive. Ki, okay, even if this has happened, I'm going to take it up and I'm going to be able to do it in a very positive way. So even this
Hmm.
positive attitude is something that's really important while you're a fashion stylist. And of course,
Hmm.
I mean, it's not really important to have a course in fashion styling. बट अगर आप कोई दूसरे फील्ड से आ रहे हो और आपको फैशन के बारे में कोई नॉलेज नहीं है, यू नो, सो इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट कि एक स्टाइलिस्ट आपको सब बताएगी कि आपको क्या करना है, यू नो.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if you have a course, if you learn something about it, then you kind of, you know, get an upper hand. You know, obviously people
Right.
will prefer you over someone who doesn't kind of know anything about the job. You know, but though you have to obviously still start from scratch, and you know, experience is, again, I feel, is really really important for someone who wants to become a fashion stylist or who is already also, that the more you kind of experience, the more you're on the set, the more, you know, the more you work with different kind of stylists, and the more you work, you know, that will actually, you know, help you to be where you want to be. You know, that is
Right.
something, because
Right.
what you learn from your experience, you're never going to really learn in the classes.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I feel on field is something that will really teach, you know, shoot पे क्या होता है, कैसे जाना चाहिए, कैसे कपड़े रखने चाहिए, your
Hmm.
interaction with the actor, and you know, everyone on the set is also really important, you know, with the
Hmm.
director, what is he looking for at that point.
Hmm.
So yeah.
So I think you see you mentioned a very interesting point in the first half of this particular thing, that awareness is very important. And I think wherein it holds true for any and every business, I think, but in this particular trade, I would say awareness is upfront. If you're not aware what's in the trend or what's happening, and in this line of work, I think the trends change more rapidly than anything else, right? So what is the best
True.
way a young guy or a young girl can keep them aware, or what's your source of awareness? What are the best practices there? Can you throw some light on that?
Sure. So I think you can go on Vogue. There is Instagram तो अभी इतना ज़्यादा famous हो गया that you can actually see everything is on Instagram. Every brand, every
Hmm.
designer is on Instagram. So you kind of
Hmm.
go through the runway shows, you go on Vogue, you kind of really research on that. And what are these designers doing? You know, what is the trend going on? You know, so I think with all of that is it is really going to help you. It's not only going to like just help you at work, but just for yourself also, so that you are updated, and you being
Hmm.
updated is very very important as a stylist.
Hmm. Hmm. And like you mentioned, the importance of being on the set and maybe internship or working for somebody. What was your first gig like? What was your entry into the industry? What was that first assignment, and how did you get it? Because getting the first assignment or first gig is the most critical, the crucial one, because that gives you a chance to showcase everything that you have, whether it's your attitude, whether it is your talent, whether it is your work ethic. That's where the game begins. So how did you get it, and what is the advice for people who want to get that first assignment ever?
Yes, so my first break was itself a Lakme Fashion Week, and it was you know, it happened through a friend though, that she knew a stylist who wanted an intern at that point of time. But you know, how was my attitude at that
Hmm.
point? You know, I was like ready to work very very hard. I would have a very long shift. You know, my day would start at probably 6 a.m. and get done at like 10 a.m. So you know, I was very flexible with timings because I wanted to work hard. I was very sure that if this is what I want to be and if this is what it takes, and I'm ready to do all of that. You know, whether it's
Hmm.
sourcing. So these stylists also have like different, you know, things that include in as a fashion stylist. Whether it's sourcing, whether it's being on set, whether it's trials, whether it's also returning. You know, returning on time. You know, being meeting the deadlines when it's given to you. So all of this, you know, requires you to be a fashion stylist. So if you're actually ready to work very very hard, and if you're actually flexible, and you know, you, like I said, you're updated, you know what is happening, then it kind of just becomes very easy for you. Then it's not like a chore, or then it's not like a something that is very like, you know, very tough to
Hmm.
do. You know, you kind of start enjoying your work rather than making it like, oh my god, you know, I'm, you know, working for so many hours. But you kind of really enjoy being there and doing all of that. Yeah.
So were you paid for that assignment, or were you a free intern?
No, I was a free intern. You definitely
Okay.
don't
So
get
what's your
paid for such assignments actually in the start when you're an intern. Yeah.
You see, it is important because this is one thing I want you to also talk about. Because most of the people are always in the debate of whether the internship should be paid or not, and the more people I talk to who are into such kind of a business, most of them have done some sort of a free internship, or maybe at a very minimal price. What's your take on that, especially from the point of view of analyzing the opportunity versus the money you would have got?
I feel it's not bad at all as long as you also get the recognition and you get the recognition that you require, because that
Hmm.
also really helps you and takes you from one job to another to like really really be out there and people kind of start recognizing you because of the job. Then it's not bad at all. But वो internship बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. You don't
Hmm.
end up doing like a lot of internships or too many months and too many months of free work. Absolutely, at least you should be kind of getting something out of it because you're also learning in that process. It's not
Hmm.
that someone who's like really professional and is an intern. Someone who's really fresh and doesn't know anything and who's ready to learn
Hmm.
out there. So it's okay कि अगर कभी कभार you're not paid as an intern, but it shouldn't be for very long. Like I remember
Hmm.
my first internship I ended up doing for 7 months, 7 to 8 months.
अच्छा.
Almost free हो गया था. तो इतना भी I
Right.
think it's not good enough. It's not good. Yeah.
अच्छा. Okay. 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 So suppose that, then what was the journey like? Let's take a deep dive there now.
So I think after I did my internship, during that period, I think the stylist that I was working with also kind of was very sure and she kind of saw it, in me that, this is
Hmm.
someone who's ready to like be there and who's ready to
Hmm.
give it all that she has. And since
Hmm.
I had an experience and I kind of worked through so many events and, so many ads and stuff like that, then I think it became very easy for me to get a job because she was kind of sure that, she
Hmm.
knows her work. She knows what she's doing. She's not someone who's like blank. So that became a very good part. And then for me to start off to kind of start my work became very, very easy. So I think that is something, वो internship ही होता है जो बहुत crucial होता है कि आप किसके साथ करते हो, आप क्या करते हो internship में, what is your attitude actually
Hmm.
while you're interning.
Hmm. Hmm.
Are you like
Hmm.
taking it lightly or like you're really at it? And that will really define also. You can even start your own. It doesn't matter. अगर आपने internship कर लिया और आप
And
confident हो कि आप अपना काम start कर सकते हो. Yeah.
so do you think you would have been on a different tangent if the first internship would not have been the Lakme Fashion Week? Or do you think it was a great break for your
No,
career? I
not
think.
really.
Okay.
We all start from Lakme Fashion Week. I think designers start from LFW. A lot of stylists also style. The first thing that they do is that they learn from LFW. They start styling
Okay.
the models from LFW. So I think that was a good start. It also I think kind of
Hmm.
depends where you start from. It was a good
Hmm.
start to know ki what is happening in the industry because that is our life. Lakme Fashion Week for India is the fashion. What you see
Right.
that becomes the trend for the next 6 months. So knowing what is on
Hmm.
the runway is very important as a
Hmm.
stylist.
Hmm. Absolutely makes sense. Now, help me deconstruct this. What's the difference between a regular stylist and how different is it to be a celebrity stylist? What is there any fundamental job difference, or is it the same thing? And then how you upgrade yourself, or how you move from being a stylist to being a celebrity stylist? What's this like?
So I think there's a very thin line between a fashion stylist and a celebrity stylist. So a fashion
Hmm.
stylist could also be a celebrity stylist or an editorial stylist or a bridal stylist for that matter.
Okay.
It's just that they try and the celebrity stylists, they try and just concentrate on the celebrities that they are working for. They are usually not
Hmm.
into other kind of styling. They really, really focus on the celebrities and their appearances and most of like red carpet events, the award
Okay.
functions that we see, or even for movie promotions rather. आजकल इतने promote करते हैं movie on a larger
Hmm.
scale. So that is where I think a celebrity stylist comes in place. And that is what they really focus on. Whether a fashion stylist is someone who kind of focus on other things as well. Like there are so many, there are ads, there are print shoots, or probably a fashion stylist could also do television. Television has become so big right now for us
Hmm.
that a fashion stylist could do that as well. A very like it's something that she's open to a lot of other things. She's not only focusing
Right.
on celebrity styling. She can focus even on editorial. She could work with
Hmm.
magazines.
Hmm.
उसके पास एक wide range होता है कि she can do a lot of other things. Especially when
Right.
she's a freelancer, then even good, even better.
Okay. Okay. And when you're transitioning from your routine BCom to then doing this course and then finally getting into the industry, what were the challenges like?
I think there were many challenges. It's
Hmm.
not easy to be in the industry to start. Like I was a BCom student, so I was an introvert.
Hmm.
To be honest, I was not someone who would be probably be comfortable in talking to so many people, and
Hmm.
especially in being a stylist, it's very important to develop a very like a good professional, and a social, like not say image, but like you need to have like a good conversation and a good contacts with them because they
Hmm.
kind of help you, to get through brands, they kind of help you through get work also sometimes.
Right.
So to really be open, to be able to kind of interact with them, that was something that I was like really very difficult with, because I would probably not, like you're a commerce student, you don't really be need to be dressed all the time. Even that is
Hmm.
something that as a stylist you need to look good, because they see you first. The first thing that they notice is that how you are styled, how are you dressed.
Hmm.
Because imagine if
Hmm.
you're going to be styling someone else, they definitely want to see what
Right.
you're doing with your personal style.
Hmm.
So बहुत सारे struggles थे with that also. So I think with time I evolved, with more of work experience, with working for so many years, it actually helped me, grow, to
Okay.
be out there. That's what I was saying. If you kind of work with different styles, even better. If you kind of work with a lot of different people, different celebrities are also different. तो वो भी एक challenge होता है कि हर एक celebrity same नहीं है. सबका
Hmm.
body type कितना अलग है, सबका style. You have to also keep their style in mind. It's not just them looking good, you know, but them also being comfortable in it at the same time. So, only through experience and a lot of research and hard work you'll be able to do that.
Okay. Okay. So for people entering into this space, what are the, let us say, if I may put a number on it, what are the top three advice you can give to the people trying to enter into this space? And maybe you can break it into three-part skill and three-part maybe a life lesson. So three things or three key skills that you think people should. So if somebody maybe comes to this section or watches this episode and maybe wants to make a note out of it, right? Let me name it three life lessons from Ekta Shah for upcoming celebrity stylists, and three skills, important must-have skills from Ekta Shah. So what those three skills would be, and what those three life lessons would be.
I think the first one would definitely be that never say no to work. Whatever
Okay.
work you get, really appreciate your work, that you're getting work, and never say no to work unless you're really sick and you can't be there and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Because, that work you never know will get you somewhere in life. And every work that you do will help you in life. So do as many projects as you can, do as many internships as you can, because this is your time to really build and become that stylist that you're wanting to be. So that would
Right.
definitely be first.
Hmm.
Second would definitely be that if you're worrying about money is again something that I was also always worried of in becoming a stylist, because I don't come from a very, very rich family or anything. I was starting from scratch. So money will come. Definitely money will flow and it will definitely happen for you, regardless. So don't worry about that, but just continue working hard. Continue working hard, doing your research, and that is really going to help you to become a good stylist. Because all these stylists that you see out there, they exactly know what is happening, what is out there. You
Hmm.
know, they know their work. So that would be the second one. Third would again, I've actually, emphasized so much on this. Flexibility is something which is also very important, because this is इसका ये job का कोई time नहीं है. कि
Hmm.
I cannot probably tell you कि I'm only working for these many hours. Because it
Hmm.
might require you to like stretch a little more. But trust me, all that you do will definitely help you.
Okay. All right. And three skill sets.
Sorry.
I'm saying three skill sets. Is there also a skill set required other than all of these things that you've told, maybe it's from the work ethic part, but any skill set also that you need, anything maybe tangible, any course that you need to do, anything you need to learn from the styling point of view? Is there something that people need to learn from the skill set point of view?
I think it's good to do a course. It definitely
Mm-hmm.
helps you in so many ways to understand different kind of body types, different kind of fashion trend, different kind of stylist also. Not everybody would
Mm-hmm.
want to be a celebrity stylist only. There are so many kind of styling that is open out there. तो ये सब जानने के लिए I think it's a good start to do a course.
Okay.
It doesn't determine कि वो आपको अच्छा stylist बनाएगा, but वो आपको help तो जरूर करेगा. Even to get work.
Hmm.
I mean, it's better that you kind of know someone who knows something about fashion. Straight up coming
Hmm.
from a commerce, it was, I think, important for me to do a course. So there are many
Hmm.
courses. Abhi Bombay mein to there are so many courses and so many colleges that offer this course. It's become a lot more easier to do the course and accessible also. अभी तो online भी इतने सारे courses आ गए हैं. So that will
Right.
just like really help you and advance you as a stylist. So that would
Right.
definitely be something.
Fantastic. Another section, another area I want to explore with you is, which is very important. Then when somebody tries to get into unconventional career space, maybe for that matter, styling or being an actor or anything around that space, uh, a family plays a very critical part, a critical role. Either they can make or break the entire game, or they can create a comfort zone for the kid to kind of pursue the passion, or maybe initially they have some sort of a resistance. I also want to now understand, explore a little bit from your family side. And like you mentioned in the beginning, that you have been born and brought up in Mumbai itself. What was uh, what was like for you to be in Mumbai, right from, you were born and raised there? You must have seen Bollywood very, very closely. Was this an aspiration always? And if yes, then what was the family like? Give us a little background about the family. Give us a little relationship insights about the family, and how did they react when you moved on from saying that I'll not be a chartered accountant, rather I'll be a fashion stylist. So what was that journey like?
So it was very very different for me to kind of explain this to them that I wanted to be a fashion
Hmm.
stylist, because like I said again, people were not very aware that time. Even my
Hmm.
relatives would probably be like, "What is fashion styling? We've heard fashion designing. ये
Uh,
styling क्या है? How is it different from a designer?"
hmm.
So that was something also that was really really challenging. And yeah, I've been a
Hmm.
Mumbaikar. I've been a full on Bollywood fan since I was a kid. I've always looked up to them, and I would always wonder that is their life like so glamorous, and is it so easy for them to always be stylish and be whether it's airport they are looking good, whether it's an ad they're looking so good, whether it's movies.
Hmm.
So that was my curiosity at that time, that how do they do this? How do they
Hmm.
always end up being so stylish? From where do they shop? I always wanted to know from where have they got this from. So that I think was always there in my heart, but I kind of went through this normal thing that okay, I'll just do a BCom, or I'll just take up a science or a commerce course at that point. And moment that was over and I could understand that this is not something that I relate to. I
Hmm.
am creative and I am a creative person and I want to be in that field. So fashion again was something that I kind of related to a lot. So this was the course and I went for it, and I gave it my all. I didn't think again
So,
that okay,
so
have I
did
made a
you did you
mistake?
choose
Yeah,
did you choose the commerce? Did you choose commerce, or was it from a parent side? Did they want you to do it?
it was a mix actually. They
Okay.
also wanted me to do it. They were more keen on science actually, and I said, "Oh my God, science though is not possible at all for me." But
Uh-huh.
again, I think what you can do, or you can at least like relate to. So
Hmm.
commerce was something that I possibly thought that okay, I might become an accountant. I
Hmm.
might do this. I don't mind pursuing a career around it.
Hmm. Hmm. All right. So now how's the relationship like? What's the family's reaction now when you are somewhat successful and you're working with the celebs? What's the take now?
Oh, they are much comfortable now, and they are very very happy with the profession. And in fact, I feel now they're very proud also that
Hmm.
because what happens is with celebrity and their work, your also work is kind of noticed, and people
Yes.
appreciate what you're doing. That's, I
Hmm.
think, a plus point when you're a celebrity stylist, because you can actually showcase your work and people
Hmm.
know them. Everyone knows who they are, when they
Hmm.
walk out. And the good part is also that if you're styled well, then they all the more want to know who's the person who's behind all this.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
so they were very, very, very comfortable now. And it did take time. Initially, they were also like there's very excited parents. Oh my God, you're with this Bollywood actress, and how it is, and it's so crazy. Like, wow, oh my God. And I was like, okay, maybe it's oh my God when you see it on screen, but
Haha.
behind it's the same amount of work that a chartered accountant will also do at the bank, or a doctor
Hmm.
does that, because there's a lot of work that goes behind
Hmm.
it. You can probably
Hmm.
see it because it looks glamorous on the front, but that's
Right.
not it.
Right. So what was the transition like when do you think your parents were able to, from not being so convinced, were able to finally accept this as a full time thing that you're doing? So what do you think was the transition or the moment of change?
When they saw that I am being noticed as well, and my
Hmm.
work is also out there, and is being appreciated, and it's a good amount of work. मतलब अगर आप अच्छा कर रहे हो, आपका
Hmm.
styling अच्छा है, you're actually putting together looks for a person, for a client, keeping so many things in mind, then they started to understand that
Hmm.
this is also a profession that should definitely be considered.
Hmm.
Not just being like a normal doctor or like anything else. Even this is one of the professions that you can consider. Otherwise, it was that norm for some time that,
Hmm.
other than fashion styling, you consider like being a doctor or any other, for a CA for that
Hmm.
matter. But now
Hmm.
they're
Hmm.
equally proud having a fashion stylist, even though I didn't end up
Okay.
becoming an accountant. Yeah.
Okay. Now this very interesting aspect that I want to explore in your line of business, in your line of work, which is and one thing that has affected all of us is COVID, right? The world has changed post COVID. We are in a new normal and we live in a new world now. So how has COVID impacted your line of work, this space, and what do you think will be the future going ahead for this line of profession?
So I feel it impacted us very greatly. Yeah, very, very big. Something that I didn't see it coming at all.
Hmm.
Especially for fashion stylists, because there is nothing for work for home for us. Whereas the whole
Yeah.
world would be probably working at home, there is no work from home. We have to be outside. We always have to be on shoot or be sourcing, or going out. So, or meeting the celebrities also for trials and everything that goes. Everything is out. Traveling is also something
Hmm.
that's out, because most of the shoots are also happening across the globe. So it was very difficult to understand that you'll have to sit at home for so long. But now that things have changed, and
Hmm. Hmm.
though it has still affected, but yeah, of course shoots are happening now. You have to get tested before you go on shoots, so everyone is tested. They're taking the norms very seriously. That's really, really nice. You, of course, you maintain your distance when you go out. You wear your mask, you do all of that. But yeah, of course, a stylist has to go out.
Okay.
We
And
try as
has it
much as possible if there is that we can do. Yeah.
and has it also affected from the point of view of skill set, also from the money point of view? How has the profession changed, or is it still the same, just with the precautions that any and everybody would take in a workplace environment?
No, of course, a lot has changed. So,
Hmm.
what we can do is definitely that even if we can't be on, shoot all the time, or if we can't get out so much, how much can we do from home? We
Hmm.
try to like not interact with a lot of people. So there is now we have, come to that terms that, there is something that we can do. We can definitely, look at more on internet, look at the designs more, talk to people. You don't need to like personally go and meet them upfront. You can also like kind of get it couriered or anything of that matter. And how you can
Hmm.
work like not really being around them, but that is
Hmm.
also a skill. Like how many meetings can you do on Zoom? I think,
Right.
can you style someone
Hmm.
on Zoom? That was something that was very, very challenging. Someone had not seen it ever. Someone
Hmm.
would never like style someone live. That person would definitely go and meet that person personally.
Okay.
So yeah, people have been attending colleges here online.
Hmm. Hmm. So, also now I want to understand now post COVID. what's the new normal like in your line of business? Do you think any technology intervention, like you mentioned, Zoom and things like that, would change the line of work? Is there a new thing which is kind of coming into this line of work? Like, what's the future like of this profession?
Definitely, I think the new normal is great as well. So me myself also, I am also available online, on an app
Hmm.
where you can actually get personal styling from me, and I can actually shop for you online. I can actually curate
Okay.
your a whole new wardrobe for you, or rather
Hmm.
whatever clothes that you have, and you probably there are so many times where we don't know what to do with the clothes that we have. We kind of think they don't fit us, and we don't know how to pair them. And actually, I can actually curate looks for you while I am, sitting across, or like on internet. So that is something that I can do
Hmm.
while I am here and you're somewhere else, or another country also, for that matter. So that was something that we never noticed before this. But all of this is possible now. I can
So,
actually do all of
so
that for
tell
you.
our tell,
Yeah.
so tell our audience, how can they reach out to you if they want to get in touch with you for a style consultation session? How should they reach out to you?
I think they can definitely get in touch with me through Instagram. That is a great place to get in touch. And of course, my email ID as well. So I will be posting my email ID for them, so that they can reach out to me on emails, and they can even reach out to me on calls as well. Once they kind of get through the first session and they want a couple of sessions with me, they can do that as well. I am also available on a Fashion Mentor app, which is available on
Hmm.
iOS and on Android. So that
Hmm.
app has me as a stylist, as a professional stylist. So they can actually book an appointment as well
Okay.
with me. Yeah.
Now, this fashion mentor thing that you mentioned, I was about to come on to that, and thanks for mentioning it. It looks like a very interesting concept, and I was reading a bit about it. Give us more details. What is this all about?
So it's an app that has been curated by these people who are from Milan. And I was very
Hmm.
surprised as well, because this was especially, they
Hmm.
did this during the COVID times, when people really need a
Okay.
stylist. And this is accessible to everyone. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get in touch with a celebrity stylist.
Hmm.
They find it very difficult to get in touch with one. So this was something very accessible to everyone. It could be even like someone who's from corporate, or someone from who just wants to kind of upgrade their personal style, for that matter. They can actually get in touch with me, and I can help them not only shop but also change their style, or help them kind of really
Hmm.
advance, their look professionally as well as personally. So this is that I am available on app, and they can actually book a session with me. So probably the first couple of sessions, we can also get to know each other. It was very important for me to know my client. What are their
Hmm.
needs, and how does, what are the occasions that they go for. Right now, I
Hmm.
mean, we all want to get styled for different occasions. We all want clothes for different occasions, but we kind of sometimes don't know how to put it up. And that is something where I come in place.
Hmm. Hmm. All right. So on that note, I think let's move on to onto the closure side for the session. I think it was good to know all these things from you, especially on the fashion and the styling side, where I personally have no idea, no clue. But before we wrap, I would like to do a small rapid fire with you, where we ask you a couple of very light-hearted questions, and maybe you can reply in a line or in one word, whatever you feel like. And again, as I said, these are very light-hearted questions. But before that, although you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, it will be great if you can quickly drop a like, subscribe the channel, and also if you have any questions, I'm moving on to the last part of my conversation with Ekta Shah. If any questions at any point in time, drop your questions in the chat. You have another minute and a half before I start wrapping the session up. So yeah. Let's see if we can get any questions from the audience's side. Meanwhile, let's move on to the rapid fire, right? So my first question is, how many celebrities have you styled up till now? Uh, and share the best experience you ever had with one of them.
Many. So I think I'll say more than 20 for sure.
Give
But the
me
best
give me a couple of names.
experience. Oh, okay. So I've styled Karina, I've styled Yami Gautam, I've styled Minisha Lamba, I've styled Jacqueline Fernandez, I have styled Kriti Sanon, yeah, Pooja Hegre also as well. So yeah, like
Fantastic.
a lot of them. And the
Uh-huh.
best experience I think that I had was for Kabul. I was doing these promotions for Kabul with Yami Gautam, and I think we really, really had a great time working
Okay.
together, apart from work as well. Yeah.
And just to kind of understand and want to take a deep dive into it, how difficult or how easy is it to work with a celeb? Like, do you guys fall into a comfort zone, or are they actually like a hot shots, and it's tough to work with them? How's the relation like?
It isn't tough if you build a relation with them. You build a relation and you kind of understand your client, you kind of understand that what they need. I think that is also something that I want to really emphasize, that, knowing as a stylist that what occasion they are going for, and styling
Hmm.
for that occasion is very important. Not just them
Hmm.
personally, but other than that, the occasion is very, very important when you're styling their celebrity. So I think if you're doing that and you kind of understand them and their style, then you can develop a good relationship, a healthy professional relationship with them. It's not that difficult. They're very sweet actually. Some of them are
Okay.
really, really kind.
Okay. Tell me your favorite look. Maybe one you can say when you can tell me that you have designed, and you can maybe name the celeb or the occasion. And second, tell me a look that you think was fantastically done by some other designer that you really like and admire. So tell me your favorite looks.
My favorite look was when I styled Kriti Sanon for Houseful 4. When I
Mm-hmm.
really, really styled her for the movie and I saw the songs and everything, I think that was my favorite, looks, that I had never seen her in something like that before,
Mm-hmm.
what she did in
Mm-hmm.
Houseful 4. So that is going to be my favorite one. And the next would be the favorite designer would definitely be the favorite stylist would definitely be Tanya Ghavri, that I have worked for many years. And I think her style and her fashion is something that I completely relate to and really admire for that matter. And I think my
Okay.
favorite look was that when she did one of the promotions, very recently, in fact, with Katrina for Suryavanshi, when it was supposed to release, actually, in a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful floral sari for Kapil Sharma's show. I think she looked
Mm-hmm.
stunning. One of my
Okay.
favorite looks so far.
Okay. We have a before I jump onto next question of the rapid fire. We have a very interesting question from Akriti. So Akriti is asking, what is the most exciting part about styling a celebrity?
What is the most exciting part of styling a celebrity? That if you're a fan, of course you get to see them, you get to
Yes.
see their life behind what happens. What are
Hmm.
these actors behind? You get to see them more closely and understand their lives more closely. So I think that's really, really exciting.
Hmm. That's very interesting. Uh, for you, what is the next big thing in the pipeline? Maybe as a project, as a celebrity styling, what's the next big thing in the pipeline for you?
The next big thing is that I'm really, really looking forward to this movie that is going to be. It's made in South. It's with the South actress Nayantara, and we're styling
Hmm.
her for the entire movie. I'm not going to disclose the name as of now yet, but
No
it's
problem.
it's going to be a really, really good movie, and yeah, I'm really looking forward. It's the first time that I'm working with her, so I'm really, really looking forward to that.
Fantastic. So our best wishes for that. All the best, and keep us posted once it goes live. What do you think has been your biggest achievement till now?
The biggest achievement till now would definitely be I also ended up doing Lakshmi Bomb. Now that's Lakshmi. It's releasing on 9th of November, which is like literally
Okay.
4 days to go. So I
Wow.
styled Kiara Advani for that movie. So I would really, really actually request everyone to go and watch the movie. It's a fantastic movie. I think she's looking great. She's looking different. The whole entire look is Indo-Western. Again, something that we've never seen Kiara in. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's a big thing, and congratulations to you on the work, and our best wishes for the movie. And I think that's a big thing that we came to know about. I think I had no clue that you did that. So super, very nice. Uh,
I,
what's your dream work like, or what's the aspiration?
my dream would definitely be that what I see myself in the next 5 years. That's something that really, goals are really, really important, even
Hmm.
though you're in this profession. And,
Hmm.
yeah, like I'm really, really looking forward and working every day to
Hmm.
become that person that I look up to. In fact, even when I really admire other people's work, for that matter, that I kind of look myself also into it. I see myself being one of them.
So I want to modify that question a little. What I want to understand from you is, so maybe from the celeb point of view, you can tell me who's the celebrity you want to work with. Who's the dream celebrity like that? ये मिल गया तो मजा आ जाएगा.
Right now, as my dream celebrity would definitely be. Actually, there are so many of them, but I think Deepika Padukone would be one of the celebrities
Okay.
that I definitely want to work with, and I really look forward to working with her. She is one person that I haven't yet worked with her, so
Hmm.
should be
Okay.
my dream celebrity to work with.
And my last question for the rapid fire: what's your inspiration? Who inspires you the most?
Who inspires me the most? I think a lot of them, a lot of stylists
Hmm.
out there today are doing a good job. And I think
Hmm.
everyone's work really inspires me. Everyone is so different. I love the fact that everyone is so versatile. No one's
Hmm.
trying to be each other or no one's trying to kind of be into each other's space. Everyone has really
Hmm.
created their own, styling, their own creativity is what you see on the
Hmm.
stars. So
Hmm.
that is something that really thrives me, that how beautifully everyone's style statement also being so different. They kind of are able to create such versatile looks, whether it's runway it's
Hmm.
different, whether it's movies it's different, whether it's a public appearance is different. So you get to see a lot
All
of
right.
versatility in all these looks.
Fantastic. So on that note, Ekta, I would now give an opportunity to give a closure note, and then we will wrap the session for today. So from my side, thank you so much for being on Cracking the Code. I think it was fun talking to you. We chatted almost like for about 50 minutes, and I think you gave us a couple of insights, tips and tricks, uh, trade secrets around the business of styling, and at least it was informative and educative for me, because I have no clue about how these all things work, and I think it was at least informative for me. So yeah, anything from your side as a closure note?
No, I think I'm very, very thankful and very grateful for actually being on the show today. I hope that I was able to help or kind of really give an insight of what actually goes behind a fashion stylist, and I was able to really
Hmm.
add anything to them, that they were looking forward to. So I'm really thankful. Thank you so much for having me. And I want to tell all the viewers that they can all contact me. It's very easily accessible, so don't worry about that as well.
All right. So thank you so much, Ekta. I'll put you in the backstage. I'll meet you back in the backstage in like a minute. And so let me thank my audience as well, and I'll see you there. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'll see you backstage in a second. All right. Thank you. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that was all from our side today on Cracking the Code episode number 18. But before we wrap, uh, as always, couple of quick announcements. So, if you are here on the channel, if you're watching it later on, make sure you like the video, because then YouTube will help us tell more people that it's the content worth watching. So, go and like the video, subscribe the channel if you haven't done so, and please, please, please help us spread the word about the channel and also the Cracking the Code, right? Second thing that I want to talk about is the edited episode with the tattoo artist Raghav Sethi is out on Co-Design's YouTube channel. If you haven't watched the live episode, you can always go back and watch the edited episodes out there. So go to the Co-Design Labs YouTube channel or maybe the Facebook page. You'll be able to access the edited episode. Episode number 10th is out, and this was the 18th episode. And very soon we're going to bring in more episodes. And last but not the least, you as an audience are the most important part of our family, of the community that we're trying to build. Tell us, who do you want as the next speaker? The recommendations from your side, we have already brought in a couple of people on the show from your recommendation. So in the comment section, in the live chat, or maybe later on, you can DM us on Instagram, mail us, write to us. You can let us know who do you want to see as the speaker, and we will make sure we get in touch with them, write to them, and try and bring them on the show for all of you guys. So that's it from my side. So on that note, I'm Dilnawaz, and I would like to wrap the 18th episode of Cracking the Code. I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Ekta Shah, and I will see you next Thursday, 4 p.m. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay at home, and take care of yourself. Take care. Bye bye. Have a great weekend.